That's there. The second step, after accepting the reality of the situation, dito na ang tunay na laban na hindi madaling maabutan, no? Laging sinasabi, napopost lagi, pero rarely is it really implemented o talagang ginagawa ng maayos. Napakasimpleng yung term na to na lagi sinasabi, self-awareness. Diba? Laging kasama sa mga yan, be self-aware, be mindful of yourself, be ganito. Yeah. Pero it's rare that people really understand what self-awareness really means. Diba? Kung anong ibig sabihin nung pakinggan mo ang sarili mo. Pakinggan mo ang mga emotions mo. Pakinggan mo talaga ang diba, yung kung respetuhin mo, ayan, ang mga nararamdaman mo. Respetuhin mo yung sakit. Diba? Kung ano pa yan. Diba? It's about that. And self-awareness is really, really hard to develop. Lalo na kung hindi ka nabigyan ng maraming space growing up to have that. So, yeah. Anong palagay mo sa self-awareness?
Ay, naging challenge ko rin yan.
Ikaw yung specimen ng abuser dito.
So, dun ako sa Iba yung iba yung self-awareness ng abuser, iba yung self-awareness ng na-abuse. Yun yung
So, self-awareness. No? Self-awareness is taking a non-judgmental kind of disposition when it comes to your emotions. Hindi ka nga hinuhusgahan ng iba, diba? Hinuhusgahan mo naman ang sarili mo palagi. Diba? Hindi yun self-awareness. That's self-blaming. Self-blaming. Diba? Self-awareness is more like, there's a reason why I feel this way. And the reason why I feel this way is this. Diba? There's a reason why it's so hard for me to get out of this relationship. And the reason for that is this. There's a reason why I'm having a hard time, being anxious and seeing na yung takot ako sa abandonment. This is why. That self-awareness is invaluable. Usually wala kang access doon. Madalas, kung gusto mong ma-experience yung klaseng awareness na yun, usually, I'm not saying all the time, usually you go to a good therapist, they'll help you with that. I've helped a lot of people gain that. And just that awareness, that alone, is already a huge step forward in navigating abusive relationships. Just that. Pero, pag walang tulong, pwede mo din namang makuha. Diba? Hindi mo naman kailangan kami. On your case, well, you did not pay me, but I helped. Tumulong tayo. No?
Para sa punyetang pakikisama.
Natulungan na i-process itong mga iba-ibang bagay na So, ayun. Self-awareness will help you. Again, hala kasi ng iba. Para magbago ka, kailangan, diba yung tantarin mo yung sarili mo ng panghuhusga, yung i-criticize mo sarili mo para mag-improve ka. Ganun yung disposition ng iba. Parang, paano magbabago yan kung, di ba, puro ka praise? Paano magbabago yan kung hindi ka nag-criticize? Yung problema naman nila, di ba, hindi ka nga puro praise, puro ka naman kritisismo sa sarili mo. Di ba? Sarili mong mga emosyon, magtatago sa'yo. Ganun yan. Kapag critical ka sa sarili mong mga emotions, hindi magpapakita sa iyo. Ito yan Hindi lahat ng emotion mo kontrolado mo. Diba? Kunyari, ikaw, minsan, kahit walang ginagawa yung ibang tao, okay naman sila, inis ka.
Oo, meron ganun, no?
Oo. Tapos ikaw, ang sama ako naman tao, ganito. Oo. Diba? Merong ba, inis ka, wala namang ginagawa. O kaya yung, wala, randomly, may comment lang about, let's say, your body. Diba? Oh, Bem, diba, you gain weight. Ganyan. Ikaw na, ang internalization mo, iba, ang sakit. Para kang na-damage.
Oo.
Para kang naka-critical hit, di ba? Ang ano? Oh.
Alam mo, hirap ang hirap ng ginagawa ko, tapos bigla mo lang ano yun.
Yun nga eh. You interpreted it as an attack. Pero again, di ba? I'm not all for body shaming and it's kind of rude to comment on someone's body, pero sometimes they're harmless. Diba? Oh, you gain a little bit of, siguro sa kanila, you look good. Ganon, di ba? Yung parang, pero ang interpretation mo talagang, di ba? Yung iba yung impact. Kasi nga, may iba siyang, di ba? There's a different mechanism going on there. So, self-awareness, very important. Just that. Para yung parang maintindihan mo na, siguro hindi ako makaalis dito sa abusive relationship na to because of this, because of my past. Because I lack validation and dati nung bata ko, tinrabaho ko yung affection ng mga magulang ko. Yung parang talagang laging hindi ako tanggap. So nasanay ako na lagi akong nire-reject. Ngayon, etong relationship ko, parehong dynamic, hinahabol-habol ko yung 'di ba harsh na tao na to, pero hindi ako makaalis. Diba?
Kaugali na kasi si Papa.
Yun nga. Isa pa. Lalabas na yung mga daddy issues dyan.
Remember, there will be daddy issues if you have no daddy, sabi ko. Hindi rin, sabi ko ganyan. Yung absence tsaka yung abuse. Actually, pareho lang.
Diba? Minsan, may effect yung absence talaga na yan. So, self-awareness and acknowledgement. Okay, go hand in hand. Self-awareness is, okay, I know what's going on. Acknowledgement means that, okay, I respect what's going on. I see what's going on. And instead of judging myself, I'm going to decide and be kinder to myself and help myself the best I can. Not be judgmental about my affections for this person kahit na na-abuse na ako, for not shaming myself for taking 3 years to speak up about what I'm experiencing. Diba? Again, mahirap mag-arrive sa ganitong mga klaseng disposition. Kailangan talaga ng tulong. Pero, ayan, self-awareness and acknowledgement go hand in hand. It's just seeing that it's not your fault. You just probably did the best you can sa situation na yun. And, di ba? It's not all on you. Because guilting yourself, shaming yourself is not really going to make the situation better. So, dati naririnig ko is, diba, pag iintindihin mo kasi yung purpose ng shaming at saka ng yung guilt, yung feeling na yan, na-design sila para i-improve yung isang tao, i-improve yung personality, i-improve yung performance. Pero, may kasamang kaakibat kasi na pain yun. Yung gano'n, may kaakibat na pain. Yung guilt at shame na ginagawa sa atin dati. At hindi kailangan, di ba? Hindi kailangang masaktan ng isang tao para mag-improve siya ng maayos. Pero iba yung disposition ng iba. Diba? For example, iba yung ano dyan. Meron kayong, ito yung pinaka-big example na binigay ko doon sa mga ano. Sabi niya, shame is helpful sometimes because kung hindi ko i-criticize sarili ko, I'm not going to improve. Sabi niya. Diba? Okay, sige. I'll give you an example. Kasi alam ko ang hobby ng tao na yon, marami siyang iba-ibang ginagawa. Alam ko mahilig siya sa music. Diba? Sabi ko, you like music, right? You like playing. Sabi ko, mahilig ka mag-gitara. Yeah, you like playing the guitar. Yes. Do you feel like, you know couple songs you can play? And yeah, I can do that. Do you enjoy it? Yes. Most definitely. When you started to learn, iba yung nang inaalam mo pa yung mga chords and everything like that, you had to figure that out. Right? Sabi ko, yes. There were different chords. You had to start, yung nag-start ako ng ganito. Tapos, tinanong ko muna ano ba yung process mo. Inaral ko muna yung mga basic. I watched some videos, and then ginaya ko yung ginagawa niya, and then later on, nakakapagano na ako ng mga song and everything like that. It took time. I enjoyed it. Diba? Nilaanan ko ng oras, and then eventually, I feel like I'm pretty good. Okay, sabi ko. So, you became proficient, you improved over time. Yes. At which point did you shame yourself throughout the process? At which point did you guilt yourself into playing? Never. I didn't do that. So you're telling me you improved and, diba, enhanced yourself without shaming or criticizing what you're doing? Tapos, diba, makikita mo magpa-process yun. Yes, that is interesting. Oo nga, no? Ganyan.
wala kang ano.
Yes.
Nag-aral ka lang.
Pag nagkakamali ka doon sa chords, anong disposition mo? Tatama ko lang. Normal lang to siguro mali lang yung finger, titignan ko siya, tapos i-correct ko yung ko. Tapos, I get it. So, asan yung shaming doon? Ako ganun. Paano mo sinishame sarili mo? Para mag-improve ka? Hindi ko ginagawa kasi ni-enjoy ko. It's as simple as, here's what's wrong. I'll support myself to correct that. It shouldn't be different with emotions, going through a tough relationship. It's just that society has given so much pressure dito sa mga, relationships and, being with other people, navigating them, winning the relationship, winning the breakup, yung mga ganitong klaseng disposition, di nakakatulong. Diba? Yung pag nag-break na, dapat yung, kasing ginagawa nila, yung, ito yung lagi kong, tinatanggap ko yung, you don't, that guy doesn't deserve your tears. Yeah, I always heard that before. And, I was like, right, that's good advice. And then, ngayong aware na ako, that's when I realized, that's kind of bullshit. Diba? You're crying because you're hurt. It doesn't mean anything other than...
Hindi niya deserve yung mga luha mo, girl. Yung mga ganun pa
Pag pinigilan mo yan, sino pinapahirapan mo? Yung bang tao?
Hindi naman.
Diba? It's just you. Ginanon mo lang siya kasi you're ashamed that you're crying. You're ashamed that you're emotional. You're ashamed of your own emotions. And you think by criticizing yourself for your tears at hindi ka umiiyak, equated sa pag-move on. Equated sa pag-improve the relationship. That's all bullshit.
Yung sinasabi na, huwag mo yung iyakan. Yung mga ganun, di ba? Pero hindi nila alam. Kaya ako umiiyak kasi masakit na yung dati mong relationship or yung karelasyon mo is may pangit na nangyari sa inyo. Yun reaction yun ng katawan mo doon sa nangyari.
Napaka-normal. Pipigilan mo. Okay, sige, hindi ako iiyak. Pero magdodroga ako. Iinom ako. Mag-iiba-iba ako ng partner. Diba? Doon. Yun. Okay, yun. That's good.
Marami namang iba dyan, yung mga ganun, no?
Yeah, exactly. Pero akong kilala, ganyan. Yung, I don't really, I don't really cry over my relationships. Well, lipat-lipat naman siya. Hindi niya hinahayaang ma-feel mabakante siya. And every time na lumilipat siya, disaster ang nangyayari. It's always, hindi siya laging nag-workout. Kasi nire-rush niya. Diba? Hahanap siya, susunod, niya yung parang, dapat, we should schedule the ganito, dapat laging nagkikita, dapat laging nagkakausap, dapat kapag hindi nag-reply, kunyari may ginawa yung, ang anxious niya kasi nga, yung emotions niya nung loss, nung dati niyang relationship, dinadala niya dun sa bago niyang, yung insecurities niya dun. Oh.
Kaya nga yung din eh. Actually, naging, ko rin yung dati sa mga relationship. Yung pagka-breakup, relasyon agad sa iba yung gano'n. Hanap agad. Yung parang, ito na bagong kabanata. Hindi nila alam, bagong kabanata din naman yung mag-isa ka, yung paano mo didiscoverin ulit yung sarili mo nang ikaw lang.
Ayan. So, again, crucial support is important. Ito mga messaging na to, na akala mo na tama, mali pala. Ang pinakamagandang, you can learn about this through books and stuff like that. Pero, podcast or whatever like this, pwede mo namang matutunan. You can have self-awareness through podcasts. You can have self-awareness and navigate relationships through books. Or just by talking to knowledgeable people around your, kung talagang supportive sila sa'yo. Pero, eto na, di ba, doon tayo sa madali, di ba? Nasa crisis ka na nga. Maghahanap ka pa ba ng yung mga self-help books na makakatulong sa akin na abuso? Ang pinakamabilis na dyan, nare-recommend ko sa'yo, you seek help. You go to therapists, you go to counselors. Kasi yung kailangan mong malaman, they can walk you through the things that you have to know. They can walk you through giving you a safe space, provided that they are good. There are bad therapists out there, bad counselors. Lisensyado, PhD, kompleto, di marunong mag-counseling. That's a whole other topic for another. So, maingat din kayo. But, if you want yung parang someone to guide you through and give you all the resources for an hour, kasi ang isi-spend mong time para hanapin yung mga resources na yun, hindi ka magbabayad, mahabang panahon. Di ba? Yung libro, babasahin mo. Pero if you go to a therapist, yes, it's pricey, di ba? It's not cheap, but in that hour, you will be provided the most very compact, dense kind of help that is available specifically for mental health. Diba? Para pag sa abusive relationship. So, ayun. Self-awareness, acknowledgement, mabibigay yan. It's very important. Usually, yun ang mahirap i-develop, di basta-basta. Kaya ka nga nasa abusive relationship, minsan dahil hindi ka self-aware. Diba? Bulag ka. Nababangga-bangga, hindi mo nakikita. So, ayun. I hope this is all making sense to you. Siguro yung third step, sige sabihin na natin, okay, tinanggap ko na yung sitwasyon ko.
Nalagpasan mo yung yung malaking bakod.
Lagpas ka sa stage 1. Lalampasan mo pa yung mas malaking bakod. Let's just say, nag-ano ka na, meron ka ng konting awareness.
So, what comes after this wall? Meron pang isang wall.
Yung naging self for some reason, di ba? Yung siguro meron ka na talagang self-awareness. You are now self-aware. You acknowledge your emotions. So, what do you do next with that? If you're in an abusive relationship, pag tama na yung mindset mo, ito lagi ko sinasabi sa mga we cannot skip step 1 and 2. You cannot go to step 3 and do all the planning, which is step 3, without having the self-awareness and the acknowledgement and the proper support. Diba? Hindi pwede, let's just skip, go to step 3.
Dito tayo.
Kulang yung ingredients, hindi mag-work. Diba? You need to have those. Granted, step 3 is about safety planning. Diba? Ano pa kasi yung isang term? Safety planning and support systems. Okay. So, yung safety planning safety planning is usually done when you're in therapy. So, I'm assuming you're now seeking support, and usually what therapists would do is they're going to walk you through, or you both will develop a safety plan. A safety plan is just a series of steps, resources, and parang mga pwede mo pang gamitin as you navigate this difficult relationship. Kasi usually ang mga yan, hihingi ng tulong. Di naman yung, abusive asawa ko yung relationship ko. Okay, agad-agad alis na ako. Hindi naman ganun yan eh. Babalik sila eh. Diba? I think I'm in an abusive relationship. Okay, let's navigate that. Knowing na these people live together. Kasama mo sa bahay. Hindi naman, I've now identified you as an abuser. Let me just go get my things and then, diba, alis na ako. Hindi siya ganun. Hindi siya ganun. Pag na-realize nila, ano kasi, contemplative yan eh, yung I may be in an abusive relationship. Paprocess pa niya yan eh. Meron pa kasing mga nagko-compete na iba-ibang mga bosses. So, yeah. So, in the safety planning, siyempre, accounted for yan. Diba? Safety planning means agreeing to come to sessions. Yeah. Widening your support system. Kapag, diba, sinaktan, may ano ba yung mga usually? Sinaktan, kinuha yung hindi pinapalabas ng bahay, kinokontrol yung finances, ano pa yung usual? Surveillance, yung nakatrack yung social media, yung mga types ng abuse yan eh. Yeah. Ginawa ba yung mga yan? Ginawa ba yung mga yan?
Ginawa ko yan.
Lahat ng mga yan, tinrepekta mo. Hindi ka nananakit, no?
Nakapanakit din ata ako.
Nakapanakit ka?
Oo.
Nanakit ka? Oh my God.
Oo, nakapanakit din ako.
So, nakapanakit ka, nakontrol ka.
Tapos ano yun, parang doon ko na, actually, doon sa mga yun, parang isang beses na ako nanakit. Tapos parang doon ko na, doon ako nagkamali. Pero hindi ko tinignan na yung pagbabantay ng Facebook, mali rin yun. Pero, actually, naging ano yan eh. Ewan ko, stigma bang matatawag na ang tanging abuse lang ng lalaki is manakit. Yun lang ang abuse. Pagka beyond yung kunwari yung hanggang walang physical, wala kang abuse na ginawa. May mga ganun dito eh sa natin eh, sa lugar natin eh, di ba?
Yung cheating hindi siya abuse.
Hindi siya abuse. Yung pagmamanipula, yung pagbabantay, bantay sara, nakabakod eh. Sabi ganoon eh.
Hindi ka pinapalabas. Hindi ka kung housewife ka, hindi ka binibigyan ng walang binibigay na fan sa iyo.
Yung verbal wala sa abuse 'yun. Wala sa abuse part 'yun. Yung physical lang ang abuse. Yeah. Yun, nung way back nung ko na yun lang ang nangyari, tapos hindi ko nagagawin to ever. Pero yung pagbabantay, napaka-consistent ko dun na
binabantayan mo? Lahat?
Lahat ng lalo na nung naging provider ako noon, 2016 naging provider ako na dahil ako nagpo-provide. Ako yung may desisyon ng kung anong dapat nating gawin. Parang hinawakan ko na talaga yung tao, which is yun, kind of abuse. Mas matindi. Alam kong wala naman sa severity, pero pareho lang ng bigat ng nagagawa doon sa pinukulong mo yung tao eh.
Mas prolonged siya yung. Hindi siya kasing shocking nung sinuntok ka, pero siguro yung duration dahil mahaba yung kinokontrol ka, so parang araw-araw mo mabigat.
Yan.
So, like surveillance ka din, surveillance.
Yung parang ang
Facebook.
Na parang ang tanging ito nga dati, kung yung dati ang dapat ka-chat mo lang puro babae. Nagkaroon pa ng point na dapat ang ka-chat mo lang si ganito tsaka si ganito. Pag ito ka-chat mo to, duda ako diyan.
Ginawa mo yan?
Oo, nangyari yan.
Wow.
At ano yun? At meron kung titingnan mo naman talaga, may mali din dun sa tao na pinapaiwas ko. But then again, attachment din yun. May friendship na nangyari dun sa kanila na parang sino ba ako para bakuran yung relasyon na yun. Yun. Yung mga
And at that time, you felt, like what you're doing is right.
Sabi ko, hindi ka aware na masama yan. Ako nang gagawa.
Yeah.
Yung gano'n.
Yeah, delikado nga yan. Very, very dangerous point of view. Yeah. It's your colored past.
Well, meron pa rin naman part na ko dyan. Pero
much better.
Hindi ko na Actually, ngayon, kami ni Nars, meron ka pa rin kaming parang access sa isa't isa sa Facebook. Pero hindi na siya yung para magbantay.
Mm.
Kunwari, yung pinaabot sa akin niya, yung gano'n, yung sino nag-chat, gano'n, yun lang. Ano sabi? Pero yung kunwari, kakalkalin ko yun, yung, parang,
Wala na.
parang, wala.
Okay.
Parang ang kasi, meron kasi kaparaningan na tinatraidor ba ako nito, gano'n.
Yun nga, kaya nga yung mga abuser, ganyan ng hindi naman yung nag-i-enjoy sila sa ginagawa nila. Although there's a small percentage of people that enjoy inflicting harm, sadism. Pero most of the time, abusers are just insecure, scared, di ba? Just afraid of being abandoned kind of situation. So, ayun. Again, they're not, yun yung nagpapalabas do sa demons nila sa loob, no? Pero, ayun, like I said, safety, kung anong gagawin mo, pag ginagawa ng katulad, nangyayari yun, anong gagawin nung babae?
Oo.
So, yan, kapag nag-escalate, di ba? Kapag nag-escalate yung, dati hindi na nananakit, ngayon talagang may threat na, di ba? Talagang, di ba, may serious harm ang So there's a safety plan, there's numbers that you can call, resources at saka steps. Kasi why is this valuable, this safety plan? Kasi okay, I know what to do in that situation, but di ko na lang gawin. Why do I need to have this in place? When you're in a crisis situation, you don't have the brain power to make complex executive decisions. Yan ang principle niya. Diba? Kapag ngarag ka na, diba? Ikaw nga, alis ka nga lang ng bahay. Pag natataranta ka, kung ano nakakalimutan mo eh. Diba? Hindi ka naman, yung pa kayang sinasaktan ka na, tsaka diba? Ang dami mo nang makakalimutan dyan. So that safety plan is something that you keep in your person. So, okay, I'm in crisis. Here's a few, yes, I should call this person. I should call this ganyan-ganyan. Diba? That's safety planning. Yung mga iba-ibang resources that you have available, siguro that can be a lot of, hotlines, resources, support groups, and everything like that. In order to navigate abusive relationships, and even if, syempre, yung pinaka-priority is to reduce harm. Pero yung separation kasi, kung hindi naman yung parang wala namang serious threat, yung separation ng abuse, yung taong nakaka-experience ng abuse from that situation is a very slow process. Kasi yung mga unhealthy mechanisms at unhealthy things there na nagla-latch on dun sa abusive relationships, unti-unti mo kasing babaguhin yun eh. Tapos papalitan mo ng mas healthy na mga mechanisms slowly. Kasi tingnan mo bakit ganun? Bakit mabagal? Ba't di na lang mabilis? For example, yung relationship niya yun eh. So parang life, sa kanya siya nakahawak. Siyempre kung pinutol mo yun, wala na siyang, di ba? Wala siyang lifeline. So crisis agad yun, di ba? Di ba? Hindi niya kayang i-handle yung situation. Pag gano'n ang ginawa mo sa isang tao, ang alam niyang source ng support yung abuse, di ba balik lang? Di ba? Walang magbabago.
Or
kapag abrupt.
Di ba, pinutol nila yung connection nila doon sa abuser agad. Tapos, maghanap sila ng bagong relationship na same pattern.
Yes. Essentially, parang same lang din. Binalikan mo nga, parehong profile, ibang pagkatao lang, parang gano'n. Still, diba? You got back together.
Akala nila fresh start.
Fresh start. Yeah, right. So, gano'n, yung mga ginagawa. So, ang isa pa is parang, when you're, basic, sa biology, if you're uprooting something, diba, yung gusto mong ilipat yung isang plant from one, diba, path to another, diba, maingat ka kasi yung mga roots niya.
Hindi mo agad binunot mo lang, saka mo nilagay sa kabilang lupa, tapos okay na yan.
Kasi mamatay siya lalo, diba? Kailangan...
Pati yung lupa na kadikit ng mga ugat, isasama mo dun sa niya.
It's a very slow process at i-ensure mo na pag binitawan niya yung support na yon, merong iba-ibang mga support and resources available para mag-sustain sa kanya. Kaya mabagal ang process na yun. So, ikaw, na sineshame mo yung sarili mo na, dapat mabilis to, dapat, di ba, pag-decision ko na, sige, bukas, maghihiwalay na, bukas, papalitan ko na yun. Hindi ganun kadali. Di ba? Dapat mong talagang maintindihan na, mabagal yan. You take your time. Pero, syempre, there are situations where abrupt separation is needed, especially kapag may grave threat na yung abuser, no? Pero even then, yung pagpaprocess nung situation na yun, kahit na-threaten ka na, kahit na, di ba, ilang beses ka na binugbog ka talaga, biyan na. Yung iba talagang nakakaisip agad na, this is over, nasaktan na ako. Pero there are, many more na injured na sila to the point of almost dying and they still come back. Because it's not that simple. There are many systems involved there. Talagang mahirap yan. So, again, I'm always advocating mental health and everything. Pero sinasabi ko, hindi lang naman kami yung source. Pero if you want streamline talagang, okay, here are the resources, here's what we can do. Give that to you in an hour, 30 minutes or something. That's us. Pero kung you wanna seek help from somewhere else, diba, mahahanap mo naman. Pero matagal ka nga lang, parang ganito. Gusto ko I want, kalimutan ko yung, I want Korean barbecue. Gusto ko mag-samgyeopsal. Gusto ko may Angus beef, US premium beef and everything. I could buy that, diba? I could go to stores. I could search everywhere, buy myself a grill. I could, diba, kukunin ko lahat ng mga pati yung mga yung lahat ng sauces and side dishes. I can do that. But it will take me a long time to gather all of that for me to satisfy my craving. Diba? Or I can just go to Sumoniko and pay 570 pesos, di ba? Satisfy my craving, it's all there. Yes, it's pricey, but it's worth it, di ba? Prime meats and everything. That's what I think yun yung pinaka ganda nga. Nagbilib ako sa sarili kong describe. That's mental health, di ba? Yes, you can. Diba? May mamimit ka talagang bibigay sa iyong perspective. Ito yung mga resources. You cannot search for that online yourself. Definitely. You can read books. You can even, go to trainings, workshops, and everything like that. But that will take you a long time. And not, I would even argue na yung gagastusin mo sa paggawa ng mga ganong-ganon, mas marami din. The other choice is you go to someone like us who's accumulated all that knowledge and we just help you through that relationship. Hindi mo kasi, kaya yung iba duda sa mental health kasi parang, it's just talking, diba? Nakikipagkwentuhan lang. That's what you think. Because, diba, if your therapist is good, every conversation, every minute of that 30 minutes or 1 hour is so going to be productive venture. Kasi parang, mabibigyan ka ng daan diba? And that's, I can say that I've helped a lot of people because I have that knowledge for them, and you will be surprised how many people are just so bad at relationships. It's astonishing.
Grabe.
That's why I have a job, but it's my passion naman to help. So so fair naman yung ganun lang talaga.
So, passion mo mag-comfort, no?
Well, hindi mag-comfort, pero, di ba? I offer a way out. Di ba? I can offer you light at the end of the tunnel.